I'm Marcus Thompson, and in 15 years leading rescue operations across East Africa, I've witnessed the delicate balance between predator and prey countless times. But there was one intervention that challenged everything I thought I knew about lion behavior and the power of family bonds in the animal kingdom. If you've ever witnessed a moment that restored your faith in the natural world's capacity for the extraordinary, you'll understand this story. Share in the comments about times when you've seen nature surprise you. These moments remind us why wildlife conservation is so deeply meaningful. This happened 8 months ago in the Amboseli ecosystem of Kenya, during what started as a routine monitoring patrol. What became an emergency rescue involving a giraffe family and a starving pride taught me profound lessons about survival, sacrifice, and the unexpected ways animals can surprise us. This is case file number 229, and I'm sharing this story because sometimes the most challenging rescues lead to the most beautiful reminders of why every life in the wild matters. Subscribe if you want more stories about the miraculous moments in wildlife conservation, the times when our intervention reveals the incredible resilience and intelligence of the animals we're sworn to protect. The emergency call came from Dr. Samuel Keparatex, the wildlife veterinarian who had worked with us on the elephant matriarch rescue in case file number 184. His voice carried a mix of urgency and wonder that immediately caught my attention. "Marcus, we have a situation in Amboseli. A pride of lions has cornered a giraffe family near the Nkongwa swamp. The adult female is injured and she's protecting her calf, but here's the unusual part. Her behavior is unlike anything I've documented. The pride has been circling for hours, but they're not attacking. It's as if something is holding back. The giraffe cow is standing her ground and wait at this. Well, it's extraordinary. We need your team here immediately."
My first thought was that Dr. Kipradich had encountered a standoff, the common occurrence when giraffes use their powerful kicks to deter lion attacks. But his description of the lion's hesitation suggested something far more complex. "Samuel, what's the nature of the female's injury and how many cubs are we dealing with? She has a deep gash on her rear leg, likely from an initial lion sweat. There's one calf, they're young, maybe 3 months. But Marcus, the way she's positioning herself, it's like she's communicating with the lions, as in this negotiation." I assembled my core team knowing this would require expertise in both large herbivore medicine and predator behavior management. Sarah was immediately preparing medical supplies for giraffe treatment, while Mike readied equipment for safety managing aparted lions. "This case requires us to understand both sides of the equation," I explained to the team during our flight to Amboseli. "We're not just saving giraffe, we're potentially mediating a complex predator-prey interaction." Sarah was reviewing giraffe anatomy and nutrient protocols. "Marcus, giraffes are incredibly resilient, but a leg injury can be fatal if it limits mobility. With a calf to protect, the mother stress levels will be extreme." Mike was preparing our lion deterrent systems and long-range tranquilizer equipment. "Boss, managing a whole pride while treating a giraffe is going to require perfect coordination. One mistake and this becomes the disaster for everyone involved." When we reached the Nkongwa area, the scene was both heartbreaking and awe-inspiring. The adult female giraffe stood protectively over her calf, her injured leg causing her obvious pain, yet her posture remained defiant and strong. The land pride, 6 adults, including 2 large males, maintained a respectful distance, their behavior unlike any hunting pattern I had seen in 15 years. They circled slowly, but there was no aggression, no coordinated attack formation. "Look at their body language," Sarah whispered, her voice filled with amazement. "The lions are hesitant, almost respectful. I've never seen predators behave this way during a hunt." Dr. Kaporis provided crucial context from our operation position. "She's been like this for 6 hours. Every time the lions advanced, she positions herself differently, and they retreat. That's like they understand something we don't." Our intervention plan required extreme delicacy. We needed to treat the giraffe's wound and ensure the safety of her calf, all while managing a lion pride that was displaying unprecedented restraint. The priority is the medical attention for the mother. But we need to understand why the lions are holding back. This behavior could be the key to a peaceful resolution.
The initial approach was extraordinary. As our vehicle moved closer, the female giraffe's eyes met mine, and I swear I saw intelligence, desperation, and hope all at once. If you've ever looked into the eyes of a wild animal and felt a profound connection, you understand the responsibility that comes with these moments. Let me know in the comments about times when animals have touched your soul. These experiences remind us why wildlife conservation is a calling, not just a job. Mike's careful use of sonic barriers created a safe zone around the giraffes, while the lions watched our intervention with what I can only describe as curious patience. Lions are maintaining distance, Mike reported, his voice filled with wonder. They're not retreating, but they're not advancing either. It's like they're waiting. Sarah's approach to the giraffe required incredible courage. Giraffes can deliver fatal kicks, and a protective mother is especially dangerous. Yet as Sarah moved closer with medical supplies, her posture suggested understanding rather than aggression. I'm approaching slowly, Sarah announced, her voice steady despite the extraordinary circumstances. She's watching me, but she's not showing defensive behaviors. It's as if she knows we're here to help. The most remarkable moments came as Sarah began treating the wound. The giraffe female stood perfectly still, occasionally glancing at her calf and at the lions, then back to Sarah as if coordinating a complex negotiation. The wound is deep, Sarah averted. I need antibiotics and proper cleaning to prevent infection, but Marcus, her behavior during treatment is unlike anything in the literature. Then came the miracle that still gives me just. As Sarah finished his medical treatment, the eldest lion, a magnificent male with a graying mane, slowly rose and began walking away from the scene. One by one, the entire pride followed, not in defeat or hunger, but with what I only describe as dignified acceptance. They had witnessed our intervention and chose to honor it. Thaw and start leaving, I whispered, barely believing what I was seeing. They're walking away voluntarily. In 15 years, I've never seen anything like this. The female giraffe watched the lions depart and lowered her massive head towards Sarah, and what seemed like a gesture of gratitude before gently nudged her calf towards the safety of the deeper swamp. She's moving well, Sarah reported, her voice filled with emotion. The treatment is holding, and she's leading her calf to safety. It's extraordinary. Dr. Kopadek's leader explained he had observed similar behavior in other species during extreme stress situations where the presence of human rescuers seemed to trigger a truce response in predators. Kate Spell 229 told me that the natural world operates on levels of communication and understanding that we're only beginning to comprehend. The respective line to shoulder for our rescue efforts challenged every assumption I had about predator behavior. I now include protocols for cross-species behavioral observation in all of our emergency responses. Sarah has developed new approaches for treating larger herbivores that account for their remarkable intelligence and emotional depth. This case reinforced my belief that every rescue is a conversation between species, a moment where human compassion can inspire unexpected responses from the wildlife we're trying to protect. But here's what's really stayed with me. The trust that female giraffe placed on our team in her darkest moment, surrounded by the predators. She somehow understood that we represented hope, not another threat. 2 weeks later, Dr. Project spotted the same giraffe when we were driving in the Jeep approach to the swamp. The mother's wound completely healed, and the calf growing strong and confident. Case Felt 229 influenced our approach to every subsequent predator-predator event, including the complex buffalo rescue in Case Out Never Cruel 1-5, and the zebra family crisis in Case Felt Never True of 7. This case also taught me that miracles in conservation aren't supernatural. They're the result of patience, understanding, and the incredible capacity for connection that exists between all living things.